Unit 12 is anti-differentiation. So we've spent the whole, almost 3/4 of our year doing differentiation. We are finally starting to switch gears because in calculus there's two major topics that you learn. First one is finding the slope of curved lines. We have done that and done that and done that. So that is called differentiating. Now, anti-differentiation is going to be used to find the slope under curved functions. And so we start out pretty simple, just figuring out how do we anti-differentiate. And it's going to be of just regular power functions. And so the basic definition of anti-differentiation, which is also sometimes called integrating or integration, it's just the reverse of what we've been doing the whole time. So let's go back to thinking, how do I find just the derivative? Not anything new, just how do I find the derivative of this function? So remember that I take the power times the coefficient, so that'd be 3 times 4 is 12, x to then I subtract 1 from the power, so it'd be x cubed, minus 6x squared plus 5. So let's think about what we did there. First, we multiply the power by coefficient, and then we subtracted 1 from the power. When I used to teach algebra, and even now with pre-algebra, I teach kids when they solve equations that you have to figure out this order things happened, and then to solve you want to undo that order by doing the opposite. So we would start with the last thing that happened and undo it. So to anti-derive, instead of subtracting 1 from the power, we're actually going to have to add 1 to the power. So that'll undo that. Then the next thing we want to do is to undo the multiplying. Well, the opposite of multiplying is divide the power by coefficient. So yeah, that's kind of sloppy, but that's where the premise comes from. And so what this is this is our anti-differentiation symbol, this kind of little s, and some kind of power function. We're going to anti-derive it with respect to x. You're going to add 1 to the power and then divide by that new power. And we'll have to add a constant onto the end, and I'll show you why. Let's just go ahead and try number 1. So we're going to anti-derive this function. So I'm going to add 1 to the power, so that would be x to the 6th, and then I'm going to divide by that new power. Minus 2x, add 1 to the power, that would be cubed, divide by 3. If I have a constant, I simply have to just add 1 to the power. That's technically 1x to the 0. So I would have to add 1 to 0. It'd be just 1x divided by 1 if you want to, but it's just x. So basically any constant I have just gets an x tagged onto it. But then I have to put plus c, some constant, because I don't know what was there. Okay, so let's simplify that. That would make our 6's cancel. We'd have x to the 6th minus 2/3 x cubed plus x plus c. That's saying that was our original function. Now in a different color, I just want to show you how it works. So if I were to start out a problem like this and I said to take the derivative of it, what we've been doing for 3/4 of the school year, you would say, okay, that's 6x to the 5th minus, you would multiply the 3 and the 3's would cancel, so minus 2x squared plus the derivative of x is just 1, and then the derivative of a constant is gone. Did we end up with what we started with? Yes, we did. So that's a way you could always check to see if you did the right thing, but this is the answer they want. You must have the plus c on the end, that constant, because you don't know what number could have been there from the beginning. Okay. All right, number 2. Only thing that changed is I picked a problem that had a negative power. All right, so I would have negative 2x, add 1 to the power, so that'd be 4, divide by 4, plus 6x, add 1 to negative 3, that would be negative 2, divide by negative 2, and then plus, so this is 2x to the first, now it's going to be 2x squared divided by 2, plus a constant. Simplify that, that would be negative 1/2 x to the 4th minus 3x to the negative 2nd, That would cancel, plus x squared plus a constant. And again, I'll just show you that it works. So you would multiply by the 4. 4 times negative half would be negative 2x cubed. That would be negative 3 times negative 2 is plus 6x to the negative third. That would be plus 2x. And that would be it. Derivative of a constant would go away. So look, they match. And that's the basis of anti-deriving.